Hi, this is Dawn Olszewski, and welcome to another episode of How'd She Do That? And today we're going to create this darling little box. It is made with Stampin' Up's number 2 die. Just come in here a little closer for you to see it. And it features this darling little window that you can see into the inside of your box to see the little surprise that you might have in there. It opens up like this, quite easy to do, so let's get started. So the first thing that you'll need to create your box is the box number 2 die, which is an XL die for the Big Shot. You'll also need a piece of cardstock, and for demonstration purposes, I'm going to use Whisper White, and it measures 11 by 5 1/4 inch. Now what you want to do for the sandwich to get this through the Big Shot machine, it is a cutting plate on the bottom. Now this is an extended cutting plate. So they do not come with the Big Shot, so you'll need to purchase these separately. Then it's the die, then the paper. And then of course you could put a standard cutting, the extended cutting plate on top. Now sometimes when you have something that needs a lot of score lines, which this particular die has a lot of score lines, you want to use a product called the crease pad instead. So I have this here. So some tips on using this. This essentially replaces your top cutting plate. But I sometimes find that I need a shim. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll put another piece of paper underneath and I'll shim that up. You'll want to play with your Big Shot and your shims to see what works best for you. So let's take this to... Okay, so here is our cut piece here, and I got some nice grooves for my score lines. As you can kind of see here, really nice. And then everything cut really nice, so I'm just going to pull this away, and this reveals our box. Once you've folded on all the score lines, you're going to find that you have this little tab here, and that is the only place that you have to put some adhesive. So I'm going to add some sticky strip to this area. Actually, do that like this. Just as a little piece, and surprisingly enough, this is all you need to put your whole box together. So I'm going to switch over to the black one because this is the one that I want to complete my project with. I have my sticky strip right here, and before we put it together we want to create a window, and we're going to create it in this space right here because that's where my punch can fit in. So this is going to be at the front of our box, and what I want to do is I took the extra large oval punch and I cut a piece of paper. This is like typing paper. It just happens to be purple, and I'm recycling it, which is why it has some typing on the back. But I'm going to use, what I just used was Dado adhesive. That is temporary adhesive. I'm going to position my oval so it is in the center of that front panel. You can kind of see here. Here's the sides, top and bottom, and then this is the center. Now what I want to do is I want to take my oval punch and I'm going to punch that area. So all that did for me was create kind of like a template on where I'm going to punch. So now all I have to do is line up my punch with that, and there you go. I've got the window for my box. So next we want to create this little decorative kind of framed edging for our window. I love the look of that, and I got that by using the lots of tags. These are scissors dies. They come in a set of 4. So these, I'll come in closer so you can see these images. These are the 4 images. There's 1, 2, you can see that very well, and 3. So I cut this with Whisper White, and now I need to, so if you look at the box, I need to create the window in my shape here as well. All right. So how I'm going to do that is just like the other one that we created in the box. I'm going to come out just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to adhere that here and put it here. So now some of you might be thinking, well, why wouldn't you have just adhered all of this right onto the box and done it all at once? Well, I did try that. And the Stampin' Up! Sponges are not designed to go through 2 layers. So you want to do this, especially 2 layers of the thicker cardstock. So you want to do it this way, and the tip that I have for you is we're going to create kind of an extender, because obviously this does not fit into my punch very well. So what do I mean by an extender? All I did is take this same type of paper. Remember, it's lightweight copy paper. I'm going to put some adhesive on it. We're going to just place it on here, and then I'm going to use it to extend into my punch. So this is just a nice little trick for you if you're trying to, there we go, to punch out pieces from a smaller piece. So you want to just line that up. There, that looks good. And voila. So you have your nice little frame there. So now I want to add some glue to my little frame here. I'm just going to use a 2-way glue pen here. Get that going all the way around. There we go. And then we'll add it to our frame here. Excuse me, our circle that we punched out. Nice little oval window. And next we want to add, we're going to add a window sheet. So this is a clear window sheet from Stampin' Up! And I'm going to use glue dots to do that with. Oops. So I'll just add that real quick here. I'm going to press 1 to each of the 4 corners. And then we'll turn this over. And what I like to do is I like to kind of have this up, and then I can press this to the bottom of it. And there, I know that fits really nice there. There we go. So now we have our window. It's done. So we can assemble our box. So what I like to do is I like to flip my box over and put this end here. That's the end, the tab with the adhesive on it. Then I'm going to fold my box completely in half and adhere it together at the end here. All right, there we go. So much easier than trying to hold it and do it like that. So keep it flat. Now it pops up. Now here we go. Here's how the inside works. Okay. So what I like to do is I like to fold, there's this end here that has kind of that inner circle or inner area that's out, and then you close in the tabs. And those are going to kind of just tuck under, and then you'll close in this last one that's like a tab. You're going to push that all the way in, and then you can go from the inside to push it flat. So it's really quite that easy. No adhesive, love that, just that one little strip. And then of course the ends close and your top. Alright, now on my finished box I added a little flower to it because it matched another project that I was doing. So I'll show you that real quick. This is the little flower that we're going to make real quick here. And actually I have a tutorial for this that I'll provide links in the YouTube video description. We're going to start with these 3 flowers. They're cut from the same Island Floral die, and this is Wild Wasabi, Tangerine Tango, and Peach Parfait. And you'll distress them with a technique called faux suede. And then once you're done with that, you'll have some pieces here, and actually you'll have an extra green one and an extra tangerine one, and you can just use those for another project. So what we're going to do here is place these, alternate them with that faux suede texture upwards, and we're going to put a brad in there. Oops, there we go. And then we're going to scrunch them all up together here. Alright, and that's how you're going to get that little flowery look. And we're going to add a leaf to it. And the leaf is folded like this, folds in half, and then you have these two that are kind of full leaves together. They'll just fold over each other, and then you can tuck this other one behind. All right, and then we're going to use a couple of glue dots and adhere it to the back side of the flower. Okay, and that's how you get your flower. Now how you're going to attach it to the box is we're going to use several glue dots, or I suppose you could use a dimensional. But I like the glue dots for this project, so I think 3 should do it. And we'll just attach it there. There, how cute is that? So I hope you enjoyed making this box number 2 die with the window. And be sure to stop by my blog at DOstampingwithDawn.com for more inspiration.